They told me for years there was no money in podcasting. Well, they were all wrong.
Finding an identity can be so hard for people. It can take literal years. It can take years. Like it took me a long time to find my personality and to really click and be okay with who I was. But as soon as I did, never looked back.
Yeah,
never looked back.
Part is trying to figure out you're not what you do.
Yeah. And and at the same time though, you got to constantly evolve, right? You got to make tweaks. Like personally, I'm in this recliner chair. This is I still comfy check. I love podcasting from this chair. But Jared's my the business partner for APS, and he's just like, Will, you gotta be at a desk, you gotta be like in a nice shirt. I'm like, listen, like it is 7:51 in the evening on a Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right? This is how I dress at that time. So this is how I'm going to podcast, because that's just how I do things.
Again. So as a coach, I would ask you questions about it.
All right, go for it. Ask away.
So like, I like the chair. Could you accent the chair with a drop on it? Put something that brings out your personality more than just a brown chair. Could you drape like a flag or do some accents on it? With the shirt you have, could you have different colors that you branding that then you can sell? Like that is one of your podcasts, but not the podcast you're doing right now, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
you branded it and then said, hey, you guys are interested in one of these cool limited shirts. I've got them over on my website. So it's constantly looking at, then you're like, hey, you know what? I came out with a collared version that's like, like the tattoo artists wear. They look almost like industrial. So you got something like that, or you got a hat or a bandana you got on.
I mean, don't get me wrong. All those tweaks will be there one day when I'm in a full studio. It's gonna make a full backdrop. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
As a coach, I would add those in before you're comfortable, because you're like, well, I want them to get to know me. All we're doing is accentuating your personality through these different quote props.
Right.
And it's just people are like, oh, I like that shirt, man. That's a cool color. Where can I get it? Or what do you use for your beard? Or what do you put in your hair? People want to know about your personal lifestyle and what you're using.
Yep.
And that's what successful people have realized. Like, they don't want to know just what I do. They want to know what I use, like what I do on the weekends.
Yep.
And when you start to let people into your personal side, they want like, oh, that's a cool product. Oh, you like that? And you're like, wait a minute, I'm making money on t-shirts and some grooming products. And then I find a chair company that likes these giant chairs that I can say, you know what's good about this chair? Football. I can watch football in my own chair. And then you get custom like designs on the back of your chair that makes it your chair. So there's like, that's how my brain thinks.
The common pushback is I'll be like, why would someone buy any of this crap? It's like, well, that's not the point. The point is, okay, why are they buying it? They're not just buying it. They're buying it from me because they trust me.
And they're promoting you.
And why do they trust me? Because they feel like they know me, because I'm talking in a podcast literally in their ears.
Correct.
My voice is going straight to their brain. You are going to trust people on podcasts. I've bought things from podcasts I listen to, and they've been fantastic. And if they suggest me to someone, it would work. Like, I talk to financial people, right? People who like work in finance, like say like they're selling life insurance. Someone tell me they're selling life insurance, I'm like, you need a podcast. They go, why? I go, well, because there are podcast people out there who know nothing about life insurance, who sell life insurance because they have a podcast. Like, well, why would they buy it from me? It's just like, because they don't know you. You just cold call them on LinkedIn. They're going to know you're trying to sell them something. What are you giving them? Nothing.
There's a guy on TikTok, and I go on there because I think it's interesting. He's an older gentleman in his 60s. He's a financial advisor, and he gives these crazy quick tips. He goes, my business is blown up because no one in this area is doing this. And these younger people who are making money on cryptocurrencies and investments, they got all this cash sitting around. They don't know what the hell to do with it.
Yeah.
They see an older guy who's trending. He's got over 1 million followers. And he goes, and then I take those followers and I tell them to go to my website, or I tell them to go to Instagram, or I tell them to go over here, or you can find me on LinkedIn. And he goes, I'm building up this platform. And people have to realize that this is the way relationships start now. Mm-hmm. So if you can be authentic and be genuine and want more for people, you're going to make money eventually. But if you're out there just trying to pitch a sale on someone, You know, that people can, here's
In
the
one
thing.
ear, out the other.
But think about what you just said. You know why that happens? Because our subconscious can pick up the vibrational tone of someone being truthful or lying that we don't recognize in our consciousness.
Uh-huh.
So that's the crazy thing about vibrations and energy that's out there. It's influencing us all the time, and sometimes we're just not aware of it. But like I said, when you're at a concert or you're at a sporting event, you're getting that vibrational energy from people, and it feels good. Now, if you're doing a business and you're doing this podcasting and people know you're authentic, they can not only hear it, but they can actually feel it through your voice, the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
You can't fake that. You
No.
really can't.
No, and like this again for me personally, like I am invincible behind the microphone. I am the best version of myself when I do a podcast. And that's why I do I'm doing 5 this week. 5 of them. It's a lot. Which means I have to take a week off to edit them and do all that other crap. But I love doing it. I love talking to her. Like honestly, Shawn, I had a whole list of questions here about you being a life coach, your clients, your core values, physical health, mental health, all out the window. Threw all of that out. And you know what? That's good. That's not a bad thing. Like one thing I tell people doing podcasts, I'm like, yes, be prepared, but be prepared to be unprepared. Like,
Right.
be prepared. Like, if you threw me a bunch of curveballs, a bunch of left hooks, I was like, great, let's roll the punches. Let's see where this goes. And it's fantastic. I've had a great time.